Alright guys, this is probably going to be my final or second to last video I'll make on this buggy. So I've made quite a bit of progress the last, I don't know, however long it's been since I posted my last video. I've redesigned the entire shifting, lever, the center console, how it shifts from the motor. I've added the hydraulic clutch like I was telling you guys, so I will show you all that. I've made a battery box, not made one, I made a holder for the battery box. I bought one from Walmart for like $6 or something. Yeah, the only thing I've got to do now is I've got to bleed the hydraulic clutch. I've got to put the gas tank back on, easy enough. Put the fuel line on. And you see I went with a new kind of color matching design. So just for you guys who haven't actually seen it, so there's my battery box holder, and I'll put a strap around it from the frame bar around just to hold that in place. We'll come down here and look at how I got the shifter set up. You'll see that I have welded this piece on. This was off an old Suzuki four-wheeler I had, the shifter. And so I pretty much I put it on here on the shaft and I welded it on. And then I drilled a hole through it. And put a heim joint on the other side so that this piece can actually move up and down and pivot. Then I made this little U thing here. I have some old U-bolts. And then I bought a little rod for $8 from Tractor Supply. It was pretty much just straight cut. You'll see here that I cut the center console off, cut all that out, and I designed this new shifter mechanism with the hydraulic clutch set up on it, which is so easy that I can literally, and just the shift there's the shift right there. It's not like it's hard or anything. It's actually probably the easiest it's ever been. But yeah, still got seat covers. I'm not gonna put them on until it's necessary. Let's see. Got the exhaust. So I just went out and bought some new oil for it. Oh. Long story short, when I was putting this on, I was hammering this on, and I was just using a rubber mallet, but little did I know that this shaft had some play, the shifter shaft, and when I was hitting it, it was knocking on the case over here. I had no clue, but it was hitting the glass where the oil view is, the oil level, and it actually ended up going right through that glass there. You'll see that I've got it JB welded now on the outside. I put 3 layers on the inside of this case just to make sure it's gonna hold. Then there's one on the outside, which might have to put another one, I don't know. But a new case is only like $60, so eventually I'll just order a new one and not deal with any of that. But that's the whole reason the motor's out of oil right now. As you can tell down there's a huge spill, all the way back to here. I went all the way over to here. Every drop of oil in this motor dropped out. But here's how I set my hydraulic clutch up. Pretty much just designed this little plate. You see, I bent a piece right here. Kind of welded it in there. Welded this one in. Just kind of hit the 2 corners there. Just a little bit, just enough to make it solid so it won't go nowhere. And then I welded a nut on. So it's just a nut that's welded here. But obviously it's shaking the whole buggy, so it's not going anywhere. Then all I've got to do is this piece comes out a little bit. I just haven't done it yet. Just pull it out because I still got to bleed this, so I'm just waiting to bleed it and get it all done with first. I got to pull this out, and I'll screw a little piece on the end inside here that kind of hooks into that little hole there, and then we'll be good with the clutch. But no, you guys want to know how I did my hydraulic clutch? So I ordered this piece. This was it came from an app on my iPhone called the Geek app, Geek app. It was $8 shipped to my door, all the way. Obviously, it came from China, but it was well worth it. I measured out the cable. The cable is very high quality, actually, for what it is. I measured it out, and this is actually supposed to be. Measured it out, ordered it. I think it was $6. So what, we're up to 14. You know, and it was plenty long enough. I've got extra that I just I twist this around and kind of tighten it up a little bit so it's not flopping around back there. But and this piece, this hydraulic clutch piece, was $30 on eBay. And you know, it came with another one. It was a 2-pack, but the other one wasn't hydraulic. It was just a regular brake cable style. But these are really high quality ones, and you know, for $44, I got a full hydraulic clutch setup that's I'm sure will work for this. You know, it's. I don't even know if this thing turns on. It hasn't been started. Yeah. Well. So I'm trying to get this buggy done and get it out of here as soon as possible. I'd like to get a video of me, you know, just riding it around and showing you guys the proof of concept that it does work and everything. But it's taken so long. I've been working on this thing since March, pretty much rebuilding it from the ground up. Shit. All I gotta do is to put oil in it, bleed that clutch right there, and I'm gonna top off the coolant if it's not. Should be, but it did have to go through the motor and everything, and I just want to make sure. So I'll probably top that off, and then I'll put a strap around the battery, put the gas tank back here, cut the gas line and hook that up, and then oh yeah, and hook the clutch up right there. Other than that, I think we should be good. Also, I know I have so many motors here right now. I don't even know where to start. I still got the R6, fuel injected R6. That's an 03. That thing I'm probably not going to do nothing with. So if you guys are interested in that, just let me know. We'll come up with some kind of pricing figures or whatever later. It's got the full wiring harness and everything. And it's still got the stator right there. Stator's actually right there. I think my next project is this one right here, which, you know, it's not, I don't think it's going to take much work. I just got to order the parts for it. I need to order the stator and stuff, which I found, by the way, guys. This turns out this was a 97. Not an 87, not a 97. It was an 87. A 1987 KTM MX500. And I found a guy from Austria that is selling the kits for this, the stator kits. they're still gonna be like $300, but just for the stator alone, it's 300 bucks. But we'll get that installed, and we've got a carb on the way. I ended up going with a 38 millimeter. I think it was a VMK or something like that. Something cheap, but supposedly it works, and it was an upgrade to the original one, so we'll go with that. I still got to get a shifter lever, and a gear shifter lever and a kickstart lever, and I've got a sprocket still. I'm not worried about the sprocket right now. I've got radiators for it. My next biggest concern is the exhaust. So I've still got to find an exhaust, and then I'll rig up some mounts, just temporary mounts on a floor that are super sturdy, and will hold this motor enough for me to be able to try and kick it over. I've heard these things are notorious for being extremely difficult to start, so we'll see. If it turns out it is, I may come up with some ideas for cutting this, sewing that part up, and then making this a starter instead, like converting it to an electric start for the 2 strokes. All depends. Time will tell. But I don't know if I ever actually showed you guys this thing. I mean, this thing is pretty straightforward. It's definitely got some power. But yeah, I really wish I would have recorded this, but I did this all in pretty much a day. It was really quick to just, I'd spent the day just tearing down the entire original motor and everything, and then I spent the day just measuring out and welding the frame in, and there's still some flux stuff on there, but and just welding like support bars down there, and then I welded the old original stuff in. None of this was actually on here before, so I still got to get a seat for it, but I'm probably going to just use that one off my old mini bike frame here. Oh, and also for this buggy, those are not the tires that I'm running, the wheels. Those are off an old car I used to own, and they're drag radials, and they don't need to be on this thing, really. I do have these still, and I have the rims right there. I haven't gotten them mounted on yet, but this will be what I'm running for, mostly because I planned on putting this in the mud bogs around town here, and just pretty much trying to skip water and whatnot. We're gonna try it. But yeah, that's probably the biggest update. I have stopped using that welder. It turns out the wire feeder part of it, the electric wire feeder, has quit on me. So I've been using this one lately, and it's a DC current where that one was an AC current, so it's a big change as far as the welding goes. this one is really touchy with the grounds, whereas that one you can pretty much put on anything, painted or not. You know, I could put that black welder like right here. I could put the ground here and be welding anywhere, anything that's touching the frame, and it would have worked. Whereas that one, it has to be like a clean surface. It has to be something like this, or in order to actually weld properly. But yeah, that's pretty much the update. Also, I wouldn't recommend buying the Harbor Freight angle grinder. I had a 4.5 inch one that I've been using. I bought it at the beginning of this project, like in, I don't know, May-ish, somewhere around May. I bought it, and I've only used it on this project here. So the other day I was using it, and it actually just shut off on me, and then it started smoking like crazy and ended up catching fire on me. And it's out here in my bucket now. It's my garbage bucket, but I ended up having to go and buy a Walmart one just to get by for now. And so that was a 4.5 inch. That one I bought from Harbor Freight is right there. That's the box for it. I would definitely not recommend it to anyone looking to buy one. I would just buy, honestly, I'd probably buy like a 6 inch. But these 4.5 inch ones are cheaper, and well, we'll see how long this one lasts. But yeah, we'll go from there. Just a little insight for you guys. Alrighty, so I guess I'll get to work, and hopefully next video I'll show you guys it running and moving around on its own power. Maybe doing a donut or two if it's up for it. We'll see. Time will tell. Alrighty guys, hope you enjoyed this video. Give me a like, subscribe, whatever you gotta do. See you later.